I work in the Southern California region, which is home to 24 million residents. I just recently added it all up. Um, Kelly, I wanted you to talk a little bit about what resources should local workforce development boards be connecting job seekers with, specifically parents, and how can you possibly share a community that has been successful in expanding their network of resources?
I'm sure, and thank you so much, Jessica, for having me. I'm so happy to be a part of this panel. Um, just a quick background about the National Association of Workforce Boards. We represent the 550 workforce boards across the country to advance workforce development, mostly funded with WIOA funding from the federal government, as well as some state and federal funds. There's most likely a workforce development board in your area. I highly recommend that you reach out and connect with them. One of the pieces that I think workforce development boards they're very well positioned within the community as being an organization that's business led. 50% of workforce development boards are business led, and the other remaining members are part of the community, your community colleges, your educators, your other partners and stakeholders. Workforce development boards, on top of providing job skills and training, they also provide supportive services to those job seekers and workers who are looking for to advance in their jobs. And those supportive services can be connections to housing information, transportation, scrubs and work boots for your job, but also childcare. And childcare continuously has been a challenge for many. For a job seeker or someone who's recently obtained a job, they have the job, but now unable to maybe stay on the job or take the opportunity because they don't have the necessary childcare. So in 2016, we decided to start an initiative with some funding from Kellogg Foundation and partners to really advance 2-gen strategies. And some of the institutions and workforce boards that we've worked with to do that work have really taken up the mantle. I mean, one of the things we really stressed was that this is a systems change as you try to connect individuals with partnerships and with resources. One in particular was Maricopa County in Arizona. They really embraced what we call the Family Centered Employment Initiative and the 2-gen strategies. They're based in a Health and Human Services Administration, and they really worked on getting buy-in from their leadership. They trained their staff to be able to better support families, to ask the right questions. And then they took that training and then trained the remaining staff in Health and Human Services in the county to be more equipped. And through those efforts, they were able to help job seekers, help working families not only gain placements, but be retained on their jobs because they began to connect them with the necessary supportive services and childcare opportunities that are in the community. Another one is Lake County, Illinois. They worked with a partner because we really stress that as a workforce board, you don't have to be the lead of this work, but you should be at the table. And it's important to partner with your community-based businesses and organizations and other stakeholders. So Lake County, Illinois, they're working with the YMCA to do a childcare scan to identify childcare deserts. So as a network, they can be better equipped to deploy the appropriate resources and create the necessary supports for the job seekers and those in the community. Last but not least, Northwest Wisconsin Workforce Investment Board. They manage 10 counties in the Wisconsin area, and they saw a need, that there was a need for childcare. And working with economic development, they oversaw the inception, development, and construction of a childcare center. It opened last year, so this month marks a year of their childcare facility being opened. It has 94 slots, with 51% of the enrollment available to children from families at 185% below the federal poverty guidelines. And now they've been contacted by other employers in the community that are interested in doing this work. So workforce development boards are really positioned in the community due to the fact that they are business-led. They have a lot of the stakeholders in the community to be able to make those connections and better support parents and working families so that they are being able to access childcare, not just good childcare, but affordable childcare, which is so important. It does make an impact on the workforce in those communities and the overall economic development. So it's necessary for workforce boards to be a part of that conversation and play a role in that work.
Thank you so much, Kelly. I think, especially as we keep talking about getting back to work and how important workforce boards are going to be in that process. And if we bring them in early about the need for childcare as we begin that process of bringing people back to work, it's really important to bring them in as what we would like to call non-traditional partners. So thank you so much for that.